girlies, it's Nisha. Today I wanted to talk to you about my 5 top foundations. So as you know, foundation is probably the most important makeup item for me. I think it is because my complexion is not very even and I like to have this really flawless even canvas before I do my makeup. So foundation is the most important thing to me, and I have tried hundreds of foundations in my life, and you know, I will find something that I like for a while, then I find something else, but these foundations, I would say I've been using some of them for almost 2 years, and I swap and change, depends on my mood. So first of all, let me tell you about my skin. I've got pretty normal skin. It is normal on a drier side, but I can sometimes get an oily T-zone. I haven't been getting an oily T-zone lately because I've started using Retin-A again, and as you know, Retin-A dries out your skin a bit. I also don't really use primers. I will sometimes because I've bought primers and I've been trying them, and there are some that I enjoy, some just don't do it for me, but I never felt that a primer made my foundation last longer or look any different. The only difference with primers is that sometimes my foundation would apply nicer over top of certain primers, but I'm not fussed about primers. I just use my regular moisturizer and usually something with SPF. I apply all of my foundations with the Artist Oval 7 brush, and this is very expensive. You don't have to use this one, you can use any of the dupes, you know, cheaper dupes. I've used cheaper ones as well and they are fine. It's just the big area and the really tightly packed flat bristles that I like. I used to apply my foundation with Beauty Blender, but I don't ever find the Beauty Blender gives me this flawless look, and also because it is a sponge, it sort of dilutes the foundation and maybe soaks up a bit of the foundation. I use my Beauty Blender now just for my under eye concealer because I do want my concealer to be a bit diluted. I'm not going to spend much time going into depth about every single foundation because I have reviewed most of them, and at the end of this video there will be a playlist linked to my foundation reviews. There is a couple foundations here that I haven't reviewed. I don't know how, as they are my favorite, but obviously thought I did, and but I certainly have used them in my makeup tutorials. So I will start with foundations that are sort of medium buildable coverage, and my top foundation, it's been my top foundation since I've bought it, and I don't know, was it a year ago or something like that, is the Shiseido Synchro-Skin foundation. It is not the, there is 2 now because then they brought out this illuminating Synchro-Skin, I think. This is the original one. And I have this foundation in 2 colors. I have Golden 3 and Golden 4. And that is because in the summer when I've got tan, I will use always the darker one. In the winter, I might use just that one. And in between, I will mix them 2 together. I never really have one color foundation. I usually buy a couple of colors, lighter and darker. So what they say about this foundation, it is oil-free, medium buildable coverage, and it gives you natural matte finish, and I would agree with that. It's long wearing, it's got SPF 20 in it, and it also has extract of mother of thyme and St. John's wort to soften and protect skin. I absolutely love this foundation. It is very runny and you would think that you would hardly get any coverage from it, but I get from 1 pump I can cover my whole face, especially if I use the brush, because if I use the Beauty Blender 1 pump would not do it. So this is my #1 foundation. Also, please remember, I set my every foundation with Laura Mercier mineral powder, usually in rich vanilla, or Becca powder, and I forgot now the name of it, but everything will be linked in the description box, so please read the description box. And you probably have seen it if you watch me. I always do that in my makeup tutorials. So this is my #1. It is not cakey, it is nice and light, and it does really cover. I'm wearing that today with the Becca powder. Let me swatch it for you. So this is Golden 3 and Golden 4. So this is Golden 3 and Golden 4. As you can see, it is quite runny. Right now I mix these together. Okay, the next foundation that I would consider medium buildable coverage is the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. The only thing with this foundation is finding your color. The colors are very, very strange, and I have 3, which is ridiculous because it is very expensive foundation. But when I found this foundation, I loved it so much that I was determined to get my color. So first I got #5, and #5 is so light. So I thought, well, I get #6 because it will be just a tad darker, but the 6 is so much darker than the 5. Can you see? So then I found out that they do also 0.25 and 0.5 and 0.75. I could never find 0.75 in the UK, not online anyway. So I found one in New York when I was in New York, and this is 5.75. So I thought it would be between the 5 and 6. But that, it's still, so that's the 5.75. That is still quite dark and totally different color. So that's the only thing with this foundation. I find that it's very, very difficult to find the color. I'm fine mixing the 5 and 6, and the 5.75 I can use on its own when I've got a bit of tan. So if I was you, I would get definitely a few samples of few colors to try, because they numbers and colors are, to me, not that good. Okay, so they say that this is weightless, silky foundation, oil-free, offers hydrating all day wear, and I would agree with that. They also say, because it says luminous silk, that it gives you that glow within finish. I'm not sure, it doesn't give you very glowy finish, that's for sure. I don't like foundations that are very glowy because I just feel like I look greasy. So it is not too luminous if you are afraid of that. Again, it applies beautifully, very similar actually to the Shiseido, with the brush as well, and I would top it up with my Laura Mercier mineral powder. Now I have here 3 foundations that are full coverage, and I like using those foundations when I'm going out somewhere for a night out, because these do give very, very full coverage. So the first one is the Marc Jacobs Remarcable foundation, and mine is in 28 Bisque Taupe, and I actually really like this color. It is a bit messy, but it has this type of applicator, which I find quite good because you don't have to get your fingers dirty. Let me swatch this color. You might notice that I like the foundations that are quite warm. This is very good match for me. I am very happy with it. I don't know even how I chose that color. I think my friend Carmen must have sent me a sample, and as it happens, it was very good color match for me. Now, this foundation gives you instant full coverage. It will cover everything, and with this foundation, less is more. I have seen people reviewing this foundation saying that it's so cakey, but I think it's because people using too much. I swear I put like dot in 4 places, dot of this foundation. It has so much pigment in it, so it's not that it's cakey. It gives you quite nice and weightless wear, but I think because people are used to putting much more foundation on, if you do that with this one, you will look like a masked person. So less is more with this foundation. This foundation is like a foundation concentrate. It has twice as much pigment as the leading full coverage foundation. So as long as you remember to put just tiny bit, you will be fine. And it gives you really flawless full coverage finish, and it's got like a soft matte finish. Absolutely love this foundation. I think I'm running out of it. In fact, I think I'm running out of all of them apart from one, because you might have noticed that I haven't been buying much makeup lately, and in my last empties I finished some makeup, which is unheard of with me, so I'm trying to use it up. But I think from all these foundations that I'm talking about today, I probably will repurchase them all. I'm not sure with the Giorgio Armani, just because of the color, that I have to buy almost 3 to, yeah, 3 probably, to get all the colors that I need. Unless I haven't found one that actually, maybe the 5.5 or 5.25 would be better, I don't know. Okay. The next full coverage foundation that I love is the Kat Von D Lock-It foundation, and you can see how much I've used of it. I would say that this foundation is very similar to Marc Jacobs foundation. Very thick, very creamy, full coverage. This one has a lot of pigment as well as high pigment, so you don't need as much. It stays waterproof and fade proof. Really, really love it. This color is 54 medium. So you can see how thick this one is, and very, very creamy. So this is quite a good match for me as well. If I am very, very pale, this color might be a bit too dark, but I lately don't let myself get that pale. If I get too pale, I fake tan a bit because I don't like being pale. And the last foundation that is very good and full coverage is drugstore foundation. Is the Milani Conceal&Perfect 2-in-1 foundation and concealer. And again, I have 2 colors. I've got the light beige, which is 03, and medium beige 04. Again, for the same reason, the light beige is perfect for the winter, and the medium beige when I've got more color. So let me swatch these. I love the pump of this one. This foundation again is a very, very creamy, thickish. It's not running. Okay, so this is the light beige, and this is the medium beige. So you can see light beige is a bit more yellow, whereas I would say this one is a bit more neutral. I am quite lucky. I think I have a neutral skin undertone, and I can wear warm foundations like the yellow ones and the neutral ones. I just cannot wear the pink ones, you know. So it's quite easy for me to find the color. As you saw, these two are a bit different in tone, but they both look good on my face. This foundation gives you lovely, comfortable, flawless finish. You don't need concealer. I don't normally conceal anywhere on my face anyway, but if you needed to, you probably wouldn't with this foundation. It gives beautiful finish, soft matte finish, wears really well. So for a drugstore foundation, I really love this one. Now, when I was looking to do this video and thinking about my foundations, I have to mention another drugstore foundation which I finished, so I don't have anymore, but when I remembered about it, I'm sure I reviewed that foundation, so you will find it in a playlist, is the L'Oreal True Match, but the newer one that I think came out last year. It has just tiny bit different packaging. I will include link of that foundation in a description box as well. I don't have it because I finished it and obviously forgot all about it, but I will definitely buy that foundation again. So that foundation is very creamy, ultra gliding. It has like some 3 new shade enhancers for shade matching precision. It's medium to buildable coverage as well. So I have shared with you 3 of the medium coverage foundations and 3 of the full coverage foundations, and I have been using these for quite a long time, at least a year, some of them for longer, and I am confident to say that I would repurchase any of those. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what your favorite foundation is and why, and I see you soon. Stay fabulous. Bye.
I just wanna hold you.